You get a phone call from an unsaved number. The area code reads 901. You answer anyway. Surprisingly, you know the person who's on the other side. It's an old teammate, Courtney. He asks you, "Hey bro, let's play Call of Duty." Of course, you hop online because you haven't talked to him in a year, so you're pretty excited to catch up and see how he's been. As soon as you're online and talking, he instantly starts to tell you about his brand new baby boy who he just had 3 months ago. He also brings up how he just got a new motorcycle because he knows that you also like motorcycles. Even though you don't ride, he knows that you have a similar interest along with him. Courtney gets off around 6 p.m. and goes out riding. Around 9 a.m., you get phone calls the next day and text messages saying, "Call me, call me." One text message sticks out. It's from an old teammate, Chris. It says, "Hey bro, call me. It's important." You think, well, it must be important because I haven't talked to Chris in a year. When he calls you, he tells you that Courtney died the night before. He was in a motorcycle accident right after you guys had just finished talking. This hurts. Every day, people are involved in motorcycle accidents, whether they're somebody's family or friend. It affects somebody in a tragic way. Each year, motorcycles equate to about 14% of the total vehicular fatalities. Even though this number is dropping, this is still a big number since motorcycles only make up 8% of all vehicles on the roads today. I want to bring to your attention why it's important to practice proper motorcycle safety and how implementing these things will helpfully impact riders and drivers. In 2017, the NSC wrote that 4,127 motorcyclists died from motorcycle crashes. Unfortunately, we live in a state that does not require a helmet. There are only 3 of these states in the entire United States. I know this law sounds frivolous and you think, well, why do I need a helmet? I'm not a child, I know how to operate my vehicle. But you're no longer on a push pedal bike. I'll tell you exactly why you need a helmet. Traumatic brain injury from vehicular crashes equates to 18% of the total case numbers each year. Motorcycles also vary in size, meaning that they are hard to see from a motorcyclist standpoint and definitely from a four-wheel driving car driver standpoint. I'm sorry, I know that was a lot. Motorcycles lack things that cars have, such as airbags, seat belts, and the overall protection that comes from being completely enclosed in a vehicle. It's not hard to fix these things that are going on to help decrease the number of motorcycle accidents each year. The steps are quite easy. Protective gear can go a very long way, such as a helmet or, in some cases, a full bodysuit. These suits have padding all around them and are made out of leather to help in case of a crash. If the rider were to hit the ground, the jacket and pants would completely absorb all of the concrete, leaving your body mostly unharmed. According to the NHTSA, More than 80% of motorcycle deaths, more than 80% of motorcycle accidents result in injury or death. And that's basically just due to people not seeing them on the road and improper attire when riding. The CDC reported that 41% less passengers and 37% less drivers would have died if they were wearing a helmet. This means that out of 100 drivers and riders and passengers, 41 fewer passengers would have died and 37 fewer passengers would have died if they were just simply wearing a helmet. The smallest thing to wear on your body, besides, of course, motorcycle gloves. When driving, you've probably seen a motorcycle jump between lanes and ask yourself, is that legal? Can they do that? The answer is yes and no. Yes, they can do it, but no, it's not legal. Motorcyclists practice lane switching, which is jumping between lanes in stopped or moving traffic, which is a big inconvenience for drivers. They don't see the motorcycle switching in front of them and cutting them off usually, resulting in tail collisions and sometimes even a rider being completely flown off their vehicle. Allow me to paint a picture. You're 16 years old and you just got your motorcycle license. You live in Illinois, so you decide, well, there's no law, so why do I need to really wear a helmet? You go out riding late one night and you approach an intersection. You see a car on the right stopped, but you think to yourself, do they see me? You start to slow down and they pull out. They pull out, sending you flying over the front of their hood. Luckily, you started to slow down. You anticipated this action. This isn't always the case. And that wasn't the case for my friend Courtney, who was involved in the same situation, where a driver was stopped and didn't see him approaching from the left and pulled out, sending him flying over the hood and him dying on impact. I hope today that Courtney's story has touched you and made you want to go out there and practice better driving safety. Safety can be improved from the motorcyclist standpoint, but also from car driver's standpoint. Overall road safety is important, and it's sad to see the number of motorcycle crashes doubling from 20 years ago.